Citizen Power. Foreword by Ralph Nader. Like a fresh wind coming from Alaska, the state he represented as a United States Senator from 1969 to 1981, Mike Gravel is determined to start a debate about the fundamentals of democracy. Throughout his work in public service, Senator Gravel has understood that politics is about power. Who has it, who should have it, who misuses it, and how it can be used to the betterment of human life here and around the world. He not only understands it as the cliché has it, he also has walked the walk. As a senator, he became known for releasing the controversial Pentagon Papers at an ad hoc committee performance. He was early against the Vietnam War. He was early in advocating diplomatic relations with China. More recently, Senator Gravel was opposed to the war in Iraq even before this quagmire and criminal endeavor began. He opposes military action against the completely United States-surrounded Iran. He understands the inequities of the Israeli occupation of Palestine. Senator Gravel knows that elections have been commercialized to the point where the very media expectation of candidates is determined by how much money they've raised in every quarter. It's almost like a corporation. What is the quarterly report? Money from commercial interests such as the drug industry, the oil industry, the nuclear industry, the auto industry, the banking industry, and insurance industries, with their 10,000 political action committees, comes heavily in terms of quid pro quos. They're rarely specific about what they want in return. Senator Gravel understands what very few candidates are willing to understand and demonstrate publicly. Now more than ever, this country needs a shift in power from the few to the many. He understands that we must make the domination of just about everything by giant corporations a major issue. These giant corporations see no boundaries to their hegemony, to their greed, to their abandonment of our country, to the control of communities, to the infiltration of elections, and to the control of every department and agency of the United States government, including the Department of Labor. With their political appointments, their thousands of political action committees, and with their 35,000 lobbyists, if you don't make this a major issue, it will affect our economy and our electoral reforms, and we will be avoiding a critical issue and engaging in rhetorical charades, slogans, cliches, and self-censorship. If money is the index of electoral politics, Senator Gravel rightly believes our democracy is gone. We're supposed to have a government of the people, by the people, and for the people. There can be no democracy if it is a government of the Exxons, by the General Motors, and for the DuPonts. For over a decade, given the failures of elected politicians, Senator Gravel has been engaged in some extraordinary research and consultations with leading constitutional law experts about the need to enact another check to the faltering checks and balances, namely the National Initiative for Democracy, a proposed law that empowers the people as lawmakers. In recognizing this, Senator Gravel has convened conferences of some of the finest constitutional law experts in the country. He has engaged them in a fundamental debate regarding the plenary power of the American people to enact their own laws, rooted in the Declaration of Independence, a juridical document, not just a protest, the United States Constitution, and the Federalist Papers. Senator Gravel's National Initiative for Democracy is the most fundamental proposal I have ever seen or read about by any candidate in any major part of the United States. It is not a proposal that can be reduced to sound bites on television. It cannot be compressed in 7 seconds and 42 nanoseconds. It has to challenge our willingness to engage in a deliberative electoral process where people are given a chance to interact with the candidates, to propose their own agendas, and to meet with them all over the country as they campaign. There will be no more manipulation of the voters into spectators, and there will be no more simply viewing the electoral process as entertainment funded by commercial interest and beyond the range of effective political action on the part of the voters. What Senator Gravel is conveying to the country is a wisdom embodied in the definition of freedom by Marcus Cicero over 2,000 years ago in ancient Rome. That prominent orator and lawyer defined freedom in a way that forces us to confront its denial or its substance, not its rhetorical flourish by manipulative politicians indentured to commercial and corporate interest. According to Cicero, that definition is the following: freedom is participation in power. This is the key element that is launching Senator Gravel into one state after another with his proposals. And that could be the mantra for Mike Gravel's 2008 presidential campaign. Ralph Nader.